Hey Periscope, greetings from rainy Orlando, Florida. It's a little bit of a rainy Sunday today. And I am very excited for today's dream scope. That's what I'm calling it, because we're gonna dream big today with 12 features that I am hoping Periscope integrates with their future updates. So thank you for joining us. Oh, hey Tasha, hey Denise. So good to see you, friends, everyone joining in. And if you're joining through the replay, welcome as well. You can still participate by tapping the screen to show hearts, and you can still swipe your screen to share on Twitter. Hey Camila, hey Bethany. Oh yay, this is a great group. And welcome to our new friends. Where are you guys joining me from today? What city are you in? And if your name is not your first name on your handle, I would love to know your name as well, which might just be one of my features that I'm hoping for. Hello from Illinois. Oh, I went to college out there, Wheaton College in Illinois. And thank you for sharing, Camila, Rebecca. Good to meet you. I've seen you before on Periscope. Hello again, Lisa from Alaska. Lily from Orlando. Hey, girl. Oh, of course, Jackie from Minnesota. Denise, you're in Charlotte. Kristen, she's very close. St. Cloud. Erin, Halifax. Wow. And Bethany, my Southern belle, in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, Periscope needs first names, and we're already jumping in. That's actually going to be one of my features that I'm hoping for going forward, because it drives me nuts that don't remember all the names. That's something I like to call people by their first name and not like designer trapped by their username. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let me introduce myself. I'm Lauren from thinkingcloset.com. And I am obsessed with Periscope. This is actually my 11th broadcast, and so it seemed like a good time to talk about Periscope, the app, get a little meta. Just emailed them today about changing your username to your real name. Yes, I've heard that it's challenging, that once you set your name, you can't change it. So you'll have to let us know how that goes and if they let you change it. So, hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I'm here with my second cup of coffee, and this is actually a mug that I Sharpied myself. I'm very careful when I wash it because I know it will wash off one day. But is this not hilarious? A yawn is a silent scream for coffee. I saw this phrase on a printable or an Etsy shop, and my sister-in-law Jody and I were just cracking up about it, so I had to Sharpie a mug. Thank you guys. So feel free to grab a yummy drink as we chat today. And I'm curious, before we dig in, how many scopes have you done? So for some of you, you maybe have not broadcasted at all yourself, so you would put 0. Maybe you've done a few, maybe you've done so many you can't keep count. But I'm curious. Lisa's done 1. Yay, I actually caught your replay. 4, only 4, that's still a lot. Denise has done 2. Yay, I got to catch one of your replays. That's okay, Kristen. Only 4, that's still a lot. 15-ish. Way to go, Tasha. Why have I not caught these yet? I need to catch up. 0 for twin seaters. Several a few months ago. Just got back into it. Oh, Bethany, I didn't even catch yours. That's great. I think I'm at 18. DIY passion. 0. No idea what to scope. You know, I understand that feeling of not knowing where to begin. And I've been trying to push myself to do 2 scopes a week recently, and it can be hard sometimes. I have a Monday night dance party, which is just a standing tradition. Monday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, you're all invited tomorrow night. And so that's my one, and then I'm always struggling to come up with the second one. But this week I've been watching so much Periscope, and I just kept thinking of, man, it'd be great if we had this feature, and it'd be great if we had that feature. So allow your own creativity to inspire it, or whatever you're kind of mulling around in your mind. It can be very, very simple. My first scope was just sharing about a cool article I had read. And I've reshared old blog posts just to kind of riff on an old theme. I wish we could see each other too. Yeah, that's actually connected to one of my features. So, as I said, I love Periscope. I actually wrote 3 different blog posts. It started as 1, grew into 3, all on the subject of Periscope. So a beginner's guide, why I think Periscope is going to be a game changer for bloggers and business owners, and 20 quick tips for new broadcasters. So if you're overwhelmed, maybe you haven't done a scope yet and you're wanting to, that would be a helpful post for you. And you can find all of those over on my blog at thinkingcloset.com/periscope. So this is a true passion of mine. Oh, I'm so glad you read them, Denise. And I think Periscope is here to stay. And it's fun to sort of dream up new features going forward. I mean, I think as a early start, as a beginning app, that this is actually quite smooth of a process, and I think they've done a lot right. So this isn't going to be like a bash Periscope session, but just a fun opportunity for us to collaborate together and put our heads together for some fun suggestions. And who knows, maybe Periscope will discover this this broadcast and take our suggestions to heart. So speaking of hearts, you can show your love for any of the things I say or any other commenters by tapping your screen, and everybody has their own heart color. So you can figure out what color you are right now by tapping, and you can comment. Please do comment. That's why I love Periscope. I love the exchange that we share between us. Thank you for the hearts. It really does make the broadcaster feel like this boost of confidence to see a stream of hearts shooting up as she speaks. So thank you for that love. And lastly, you can share this. I saw some of you have already shared, and I appreciate it. So if you swipe left to right on your iOS or up on your Android and you hit the share button, you can share on Twitter or on Periscope so others can join us. Oh, you're so sweet, Tasha. You're awesome too. That's actually not one of my features, but I'd love to be able to show hearts back at ya. Oh, no worries, Kristen. I'm so glad you're here working. It's like we're just hanging out, talking. I'm drinking coffee or staining, working on projects. That's fantastic. I believe in multitasking while scoping. I watch a lot of scopes while I put on makeup in the morning and get ready for my day. It's like almost like listening to a podcast. Oh, great. Hooray. Thank you, Camila, for bringing all your friends. This is fabulous. So if you're just joining us, we're about to dig in to my list of 12 features that if I were writing a letter to Periscope, dear Periscope, these are 12 features I would love to see integrated for broadcasters going forward. And let's dig in, okay? So my very first feature on my wish list is something I anticipate will come soon, but would be a desktop site where all broadcasters would have their own profile page, their own unique URL, so that I could send people there when I'm on my computer. I could link to it, because right now there's really no home page where we can link to. Am I right? Thank you guys. Cupcakes and crinoline, good to see you. So right now, all I'm linking to is Twitter to say, or, you know, come follow me on the app and then you can catch the replay, or you can get the link on Twitter. But it would be wonderful if, like Instagram, which their site has gotten more and more robust, if we could have like periscope.com/thinkinggirl. Thanks, Dan. Yeah. Did I say thinking girl? Thinking closet. I just made up a new username. So it would be great to have that as just a way to send people there. And who knows, this kind of connects with another feature, but maybe that's where some of our replays could live as well. So it's something similar to what Instagram has, a desktop site where we have our unique profiles and we can send people there. Like I said, I think that will come. That just makes sense as the app is growing, but something that we can all hope for, wish for, dream for going forward. Okay, number 2 on my wish list, and I've heard many other scopers complain about this. A few of them today, I heard them mention, it would be great to be able to start your broadcast from the front camera. Am I right or am I right? Because at this point, it has to start from the rear camera, and as much as we try, Amanda agrees. As much as we try to find something creative, I tried to show you the rain outside today. It's not really ideal. I would love to just have it start with my face. Yes, it makes things so awkward. And I think many of you know your thumbnail is your first frame. And it might be your messy house. And so I feel like we'd have so much more control over that first frame if we could start from the front camera. So they just need to add one of those little flip it to the front buttons right before we start the broadcast. I think that would make things so much more pretty and just easier for us. I've tried holding things up in front, but it's a little tricky if you're trying to do like a steady cam with a tripod. To have an ideal image both backwards and frontwards. So Periscope, please hear us in our request. We would love to start from the front camera. So true. It's just being more mindful to have a good pick. Yes, true. Single DTR serving. What's your name? I would love to know. Number 3 on my wish list, which kind of connects, is that I would love the option to upload a custom thumbnail afterwards or beforehand. So, we spend all this time, if you have a blog or a business, creating pretty, images for our blog posts, thumbnails, so that people will click through. And I would love to be able to do that with a scope. So let's say we mess up and our first frame is of our feet, or as Lisa said, of the messy room. It would be awesome if we had the option to upload a custom image, and something that when we shared that link for the replay, folk would be able to see it. Liv! Oh, great. Thank you so much for coming over. Great to see you. Oh, thanks. Glad you guys agree with this. And again, this is just dreamcasting. As we chat, if this sparks an idea for you, dream big, you guys. I believe that, we shouldn't worry about resources or money. This is a dreamcasting session. So let's dream big. And who knows what creativity will spark. So let's not let any limits hold us back. And I mean, really, who knows if Periscope will even see this scope. So let's just go crazy with all of our ideas. So, okay, so far we've talked about a desktop site with unique profiles, option to start from the front camera, thanks for the hearts, and a custom thumbnail. Okay, number 4, and I know this one's gonna resonate because I've heard it from more than one. Oh, I've heard that's coming too, and that's going to be coming up later in my list. Number 4, landscape view. Can I get an amen? Because as much as the vertical view works right now as I'm scoping, and you can see my face, it is not convenient at all for those of us who want to repurpose this content on the YouTube or on our blogs. And those of you who've seen my YouTube channel, yes, oh yes, my iPad is sideways right now, haha. Yes, Michael Hyatt mentioned that, yes. As much as we can figure out our workarounds, and I've figured out on my YouTube channel how to drop it into an imaginary phone and fill in the white space on the side, the YouTube. And you can see my channel. It's just called The Thinking Closet. So if you search there, you'll find it. And I figured it out a way, but it was hard to figure that out. And I actually am planning a tutorial to show you guys how I did that until they come up with an update. Then comments won't have to cover the face. True, Jackie, because right now they do start to infringe upon the face. So I think if we had the horizontal, even just having the option, maybe the video is square and then the comments are next to it, I just think that would work perfectly. It would be great. And rumor has it they are working on that, so I think it's coming, but until then we're gonna have to just stick with this vertical view, the profile view, and just let the comments roll. But I'd like to think and hope that it's coming, landscape view, especially for those of us who are repurposing this content to show on TV screens or laptops. The vertical view is just not at all convenient. No, thank you. So when are they gonna hire me as a consultant? I don't know. Hey Periscope, I'd love to join your team because I'm obsessed. As I've said before, I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more Periscope. Woohoo! LOL, Aaron. As a longtime videographer, this annoys me. Oh, me too. Do comments close off after a certain number of people? Yes, they do. And according to Alex Petit, who, if you're not following him on Periscope, he is a rock star. He has 4 T's in his name, so it's Alex, Pettitt. And he's over in Great Britain, and he has shared that it's not a set number. It seems to be different for every scope depending on their algorithm, but it seems to be like, you know, it'll say like too many people in this broadcast, the comment sections are closed. So while you can still heart, at a certain point, if it's too big, they're not going to let you comment because it would just go too fast. He's going to be at the Periscope Summit. Yes! Are you going? I would love to go. It's just so exciting. There's a great energy around Periscope right now. It's brand new. Nobody is an expert at this, and that's something that Alex says. Like, we're all coming in on the ground floor, and it's a great opportunity to just dig in and figure this out. What? A summit? I know. We all need to go and meet there. Oh, yay! You live in New York City. I lived right outside of New York City and went to NYU, so New York is near and dear to my heart. So, yes, broadcasts do close. I haven't gotten so big as to where my comments will close, but one day, maybe. He says if you exit and re-enter a few times, you may be able to comment. Good tip. It's not sponsored through Periscope or Twitter, though. Even better. I'm guessing it's just is it just maybe the broadcasters that put it together? Because that's pretty cool. PC Florida. Sorry, Twitters. Yeah, so where were we? We've gone through 4 of these tips. Let's get back on track. So we just talked about landscape view. He's going to be there, and so is Alex Kahn. Ooh, I don't follow Alex. I probably should. He sounds like someone else I need to be following. I know Alex Petit has mentioned Alex Kahn and the other Alex. So, okay, number 5. And this is one of the creepiest features of Periscope that I hope changes. And perhaps you know what I'm going to say. But I would love for, if we turn on location services, for it to show our general location and not our precise location. Because as of now, you can zoom in on the broadcaster's street. Oh, he did the split screen. Nice. Okay, I'm going to check out Alex Kahn. So, I don't know if you all knew that about location services, but I keep it off for that creepy reason. And maybe that doesn't creep you out, or maybe you're scoping from a public place, and I think, great, that seems a little bit safer. But at this point, if you zoom in on the world map, you can see pretty much where their house is or where they're scoping from. And I would love at least the option to maybe select like street or city or even state. Yeah, I don't use it. I'm just a little bit cautious that way. So if you're not sure how to turn it on or off, there's a little, looks like a little bit of an arrow on the screen when you start a broadcast, and just make sure it's grayed out. That means it's off. If you tap it and it turns white, that means it's on. And a lot of people turn it on because you're more discoverable that way. You'll end up on that world map and you might have more people coming into your broadcasts. But for me at this point, it's not worth it. I do too, Denise. Just, I always keep it off. And like I said, it might change. Like if I was scoping from Disney, I mean, people are going to know I'm at Disney, I would probably keep it on. But while I'm scoping from the privacy of my home, I'm trying to keep it private as my home and not have randoms knocking on my door saying, hey, I just saw you on Periscope. Ooh, a little bit creepy McCreeperson there. So please, Periscope, give us the option to just make it general location, city or state. That would be awesome. And I see the hearts in agreement. Okay, I'm going to do the next one and then I'll recap the first 6. So if you're just joining us, you will get caught up. Hang tight. We've already mentioned this before. Bethany said it as well, but number 6 on my wish list for broadcasters would be the option to view users' first names, either with or without their handle. And I know there's not a lot of space, but as Jackie said, if we could maybe do the landscape view and we had more room on the side, like for instance, I would love to see your names next to your handles. Or maybe you could choose as a user what you wanted to show. Because I hate referring to people as, let's re-know this. Like, you have a name. And although you said your names at the beginning, I maybe don't remember them all. So it would be great to refer to people as their name, have some sort of, spot next to their handle where we could see their name. And maybe you choose not to share your real name, but you could have a pseudonym, you could leave it blank, but if you were comfortable, I would love to be able to see your name. And I think Periscope is thriving because of this personal interaction, and it would make it all the more personal. And I see your hearts, I see that you agree. Please give us first names. And I know, I always feel bad not remembering everyone's names on a broadcast. I do too. And I don't know if you all have experienced this, those of you who've done scopes, but like as soon as a Periscope is over, I remember everyone's names. But in the midst of a scope, someone who I've talked to 1,000,000 times online and like I've seen their name, it just vanishes from my head because I'm on the spot and I feel terrible. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know this person so well and now I'm not remembering their first name. So if that's ever happened to you and you've felt that horror, go ahead and tap. I know, and everything else I wanted to say, it just vanishes. Yes, I know. So I apologize. I apologize if I call you by the wrong name, or B, if I call you by your handle. I do know who you are, and as soon as it's over, I'll remember. But until Periscope fixes that, there's going to be a little bit of awkwardness there. So Periscope, please give us the first names. So, yay, we're through our first 6, halfway. Reminds me of when I didn't know any real names, just Twitter handles. I know, there was a time. And I feel like especially when I first started blogging, you just knew people by their handle, or I knew their profile picture. I remember when I went to my first Haven conference, I was really thrown off when people didn't look exactly like their profile picture. It's like, oh no, I don't have like a file drawer for that. Me too, in my first scope, I felt like I was talking in front of a classroom. I know. It's just like you imagine all the eyes looking at you as you see that number in the corner. Right now there are 28 of you with us in this wonderful, it's not a classroom, we'll just call it a hangout room. Let me take a sip of coffee. And let me recap, because we're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Flashback to our Monday night dance party last week. Okay, I'm Lauren, and I'm from thinkingcloset.com, and I'm so glad you're here to talk about Periscope and our wish list of features we hope they bring in the future for broadcasters. Yes, we all are a little bit socially awkward, but I'm embracing the awkwardness, and I love when other scopers do too, because it kind of breaks down that wall between us, where we think that everyone in their blogs and their businesses are perfect people, and we realize they're just like us, and they say and like, and things go wrong. I find it extremely refreshing, so I say embrace the social awkwardness. Yes, and thanks for keeping me on track. I was recapping. Hi from Australia. Oh, I'm so happy. Life of Claire. Oh, thank you, Camila. It may not seem awkward, but I am, and I can be very awkward. I just try to turn it into a little joke. That's a great hashtag. Oh, which one? Remind me. I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, I even wrote it up because I'm a teacher at heart. Oh, Bonnie, good to see you there. Embrace the awkward. Hashtag. Good one. Liv, am I right? Was that the name? Good one. Okay, I wrote it up for you. I hope you like it. I even drew a little heart. Yes, got it right. Okay, so recapping for you, and I'm gonna have to try to read this backwards or in my notes. So number 1, it'd be great to have a desktop site with a profile and unique URL for each person. Woot woot. Number 2, whoa, the coloring got really weird in here. The option to start the broadcast from the front camera would be sweet. Wish list number 3, the option to upload a custom thumbnail after the fact. So if we totally screw up and get a picture of our foot, we'd love the option to fix that. Number 4, landscape view. So we're not stuck in this vertical land, especially when we export our videos. 5, general location instead of the precise location on a map because of creepers. 6, it'd be great to view people's username, or in addition to their username, to view their first name. So I could call you by your very first name. Yes, and I have heard confirmation from, not me personally, Periscope didn't call me, but I've seen it on the interwebs that they are going to add landscapes. So really, that wish is already coming true. And hopefully some of these other ones are as well. So, great, we're gonna press on. I appreciate all these hearts. So as we go forward, if these are resonating with you, I am a heart hoarder, so please send them my way. And comment as you've been commenting. I've loved this chat. And if you're enjoying this and you haven't already shared, I would love for you to share this with your followers on Periscope and Twitter. You just swipe right on iOS, swipe up. See, wishes can come true. Oh, that made me very happy, Salvage Sista. Okay, number 7 on my wish list for broadcasters is to have more control over the comment stream as a broadcaster, especially the speed. Let me tell you what I mean. Comments can go so fast sometimes that we can miss them. And I would love the ability as a broadcaster for me to be able to go back and review them, or maybe to slow it down. And I don't know if you've heard this, but I was on a scope by Regina last night, and somebody in the scope said if you press the screen and just hold it, or maybe it was like press and pull down, not pull down, just hold it, that it will slow it down a little bit. And I tried it, and I think it may have worked, but I didn't have complete control, and I want complete control as a broadcaster. Okay, Lisa affirms it works. So we gotta, let's practice. So make some comments, so they're rolling up quickly. Just go ahead and like say your name again, first name, until we have it. Hey, Lauren, love your name. It's my name too. I'm a little bit partial. So go ahead and say your name. Regina's awesome. Hey, good. Liv, good. Now try, I'm not gonna try it myself, but try pressing and holding. Kaylin's with us, Nancy, Amanda, Jasmine, Verity. That is an awesome name. I'm guessing you go by V. Bonnie, Claire, Karen. Did it work? Tell me if it worked as those comments. Did it seem to slow it down a little bit? Katrina, another great name. WWEE Radio. Guessing that's maybe where you work. Didn't work, not for me. Denise, yes, worked a little bit. I know I think I held it down for too long, didn't work for me, maybe I did it wrong. So again, if this is a feature they've added, it's something they need to perfect. Yes, it did work for Kristen, not for Camila. So again, I think it's a little bit hit or miss. Seemed a little bit, slow it a little bit. Yeah, I think you're right. So I would love as a broadcaster for when those comments go through too quickly, for me to be able to scroll back through and review them, especially if you're doing a scope with Q&A and you know you missed questions. So that would be a fun little feature, I think, and I think you do as well. So on that same vein, number 8, I would love for a little bit less lag time between the broadcast and the comments. And I know this is getting a little nitpicky because Periscope, I know it's a very robust app and it's already much better than their competitor, Meerkat. Hey from Houston, welcome. So happy you're joining us. But if I had my druthers, I would love it to speed up a little bit because at this point, I'm saying something, it's taking a few seconds to get to you, you're typing and commenting, it takes a few seconds back to me. So by the time you may have answered a question or been responding to something I'm saying, I'm already like 10 seconds ahead. So as a broadcaster, and those of you who are scoping, that's just something to keep in mind. Take your time, give space in between asking questions to allow your audience to respond. Be willing to go back and repeat yourself to give people time to engage. Yeah, Liv, I've just noticed, even my husband Mark was like, I hope you realize there's like an 8-second delay between what you're saying and what's showing up. He found it pretty pretty drastic how much time was happening. He was like, I feel like I'm entering the future. He's like, he was watching my Monday night dance party out in the garage and then walked inside, and something different was happening on Periscope than was happening inside. So it's not truly a live broadcasting app, but it's pretty darn close. And I do love where it's at right now, but it'd be cooler if it was even faster. Yes, people need time to type. And so just remember that as a broadcaster until we get a really speedy back and forth with the comments, to take your time. Don't be afraid of that silence. It's a little bit scary when you ask something and it's just dead screen, but know it's taking time to arrive to people and come back to you. It really is amazing how fast Periscope has taken effect. I think they recently reported 10 million users and 40 years of footage of broadcasting. 40 years. That's insane. So I know Periscope is blowing up really fast, probably faster than they can even handle. So it's just a matter of time before they can add all these fun new features for us. We definitely want them. Okay, moving along to number 9 on my wish list. And I understand why they've held back on this one, but I would love for broadcasters to be able to have even just one clickable link that they could post either in their profile, so kind of like we have on Twitter and on Instagram, where you have one link you can share. At this point, we have nothing clickable. So I'd love to have one link in the profile, and ideally one link that I could share with you in the broadcast somehow, some way, because I write it out, I repeat it, but it'd be great for you all to have that, especially in replays when you're wanting to jump and check out things I'm talking about. So I understand why they've held back on that, and it's to prevent the spammers from spamming it up. But I think you could do it in such a way, if there was a limit, even just one link, I think we would use it well and not waste it on spam. And if it was spam, people would quickly unfollow that scoper. I think it would sort of manage itself. So yes, I see you agree to having one clickable link, one in the profile, one in the broadcast. Please, that would be awesome. And I see the hearts. You think so too. All right, home stretch. Only 3 left on my wish list of features for Periscope broadcasters. Now, this has already been brought up, and I'm just going to say it because I think this would be awesome, and I think it's coming. But I'd love the ability to do an interview or have a split screen scope with another broadcaster. And I know it's been kind of teased out, and I know Alex Petit did one recently, and he's not sharing how he did it. Apparently it was, yes, oh my goodness, this is the most hearts of all the hearts. So everyone wants an interview option or a split screen collab. So I have hope that if we raise up our voices and ask for this, that it will come. And I think, maybe splitting it so we have 2 squares, or if we go to the landscape, 2 squares, it would be great. Even if kind of like in a Google Hangout, it flipped to whoever's voice was talking, I think that would be pretty sweet. I'm just thinking of all of you on here who I would love to do a split screen scope with. I'd love for, while I'm chatting, for you all to see what my friend Kristen's working on as she's working on her palette art, and for us to do interviews with each other. So it'd be neat to get a second voice in on these scopes. So that's probably one of the most exciting things on my wish list, and it sounds like it might be coming. I don't know if it's going to be an option in Periscope or if it will be a special app that people use. Alex Petit hasn't shared how he exactly did it, but he said it's coming soon. It would be a great option because it's eliminating podcasts and videos for super quick feedback. Yes, I think Periscope is the wave of the future. And Liz, you are on point. Just this instant response that I can get from you all is electrifying. That I can say something and you can respond to it with your hearts and your comments, and then it affects me. That is a thrill. It's what drew me to acting. It's what drew me to teaching. And I think it's why I'm like, I love you, Periscope. I want to hug you. It's why I love it so much. As much as I am freaked out by public speaking, I'm pushing through that fear, and plugging ahead because it's just so darn fun. So, when I read your blog post about bloggers and Periscope, I immediately thought the same. I'm so glad you enjoyed that, Liv. Yeah, I really think this is going to be a game changer for bloggers and business owners. So if you are a blogger or a business owner, or maybe you work for a company and you think that this would be a great tool for them, jump on now. Jump on now while we're all figuring it out together, and start to grow your following, start to develop your skills while it's still small. I remember my first scopes had just a few people in it, 6, 7, 8, and that was actually took the pressure off of me as I got comfortable with this new medium. So I encourage you to dig in if you haven't already. Great to have you joining us. I think that might be Christy. So number 11, we're in the last 2 on my wish list. Just asked Maddie to take a pic of my setting, including you on Periscope. Aw, that's so sweet. Thanks to your little Maddie for the photog. Can't wait to see it, Kristen. So number 11, right now we can auto-save broadcasts to our camera roll, but I would love the ability for those auto-saves of the replay to include hearts and comments. Right now, it's just the video of you scoping, but I feel like, what is that even worth when the whole beauty of Periscope is this engagement? So at this point, if you want to repurpose your replays on YouTube like I've been doing with the hearts and the comments, you have to do basically like a video recording of your phone. It would be so nice. It would take an extra step out of the process. And if you don't know how to do that already, Alex Petit has a video of how to do that on his YouTube channel. And again, that's Petit with 4 T's, P-E-T-T-I-T-T. And if you have a Mac, that's the instructions he gives. It's pretty simple, but it would save us time of like playing that replay, or to be able to save it to your blog. I know. I'm glad that you love it. Yeah. So it would just eliminate a step. It would actually probably invite more people to repurpose the content because they'll already have it ready to go, ready to upload. And especially if we can switch to that landscape view, bam. It's all ready to be uploaded directly from your phone to YouTube with the hearts and the comments. Seems so easy, and I would think Periscope would want us to repurpose that content and get the word out about their app. So I have hope that this is coming as well. I think it's a feature that makes sense and would eliminate an added step for us. Okay, and this was sort of hinted at just a moment ago, but number 12, the finale on my list of 12 items on my wish list, features I would love for Periscope broadcasters, is an archive option for our replays. And I know that the nature of Periscope is that these broadcasts are live and then the replay is only on for 24 hours and then they disappear. But we're all figuring out these hacks for how to save them. And so I think that to me says there's a need and a desire for an archive option. And maybe you can choose as the broadcaster, does this vanish or does this live forever in my archives? But I would love for people to be able to hit my profile on Periscope and see all 11 scopes that I've done after today. And at this point, all it will show is the one. And if they go to my YouTube channel, they'll see a bunch more. But it would be great if they all could live on the app, not disappear forever. And again, you could maybe choose to have it disappear. But for those of us who are hoarders of our scopes and are working hard to create quality content that we hope is reshareable, we would love to be able to repurpose it and just to see it again. It may be a premier option that you have to pay for. Ooh, Liv, maybe you should be a consultant for Periscope because that would be very smart. And I probably would pay for it just to have that option. And I've been using it as just a great way to connect with my blog followers. And I think a lot of people would want that as well, especially if they're doing workshops or classes, giving lectures. And there is a website called catch.me, and that's catch with a K. And right now, I just signed up recently, and it will apparently catch my replays. So Periscope needs something like that. Denise says a pause button would be good. Maybe to see your top 3. Oh, I missed it. See? That's why we need the ability to pause the feed. And I think, Denise, maybe what you're talking about is, looking it up now, catch.me, yeah. And maybe what we can chat about now real quickly as we wrap up are either features I didn't mention that are on your wish list for Periscope broadcasters, but also what do you guys want as viewers? Because I was thinking of combining them and it got too long. I have right now like my own list of like 6 features for viewers, but maybe Denise, what you were chatting about with the pause, I also would love like, you know, fast forward and rewind. That's jumping into a feature for viewers, but go ahead, if those of you who are still with us, what are you hungry for new features as the app develops? If you replay and you have to stop, oh yeah. Yes, if you replay, you can pause it, at least on my phone I can, in the replay, but if I leave the app for more than maybe 15 seconds and if I come back, it starts again. Drives me nuts. So I agree. So not only pause, but fast forward and rewind. A 15-minute heads up for scope so we can set aside time. Oh, that is very, very smart indeed. It would be cool to see categories. Yes! Lizzie, that's actually one of my lists for viewers as well. I think we need a lot more functionality in terms of searching so people could discover all of the scopes that have been done on Periscope tips. Fast forward, yes. I've thought of like, man, I'd love to search all the like entrepreneur scopes that have been done and find new people. Yes, 15 minutes heads up. That was a great idea. Because right now I try to set a time and I tell people through my email newsletter, which I just like added a couple Periscope sections. So if you're already subscribed, maybe you heard about today from my email, and if not, you can subscribe easily at thinkingcloset.com/email. But it would be great to at least say, like, even have like a timer countdown and a link that's living where I'm gonna pop in when I go live. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it, Amanda. Yeah, I actually took out a few old sections of my newsletter that I was getting tired of, and I added in 2 Periscope sections because that's how much I love it. So I added a section that says like, I think it's like latest on Periscope, and it has my YouTube's replays, and then I had like what's coming up next, and I wrote the dates for my next scopes. And like I said before, you are all invited tomorrow night, Monday Night Dance Party at Thinking Closet. So if you're not following me already, please follow along so you can stay in the loop. You can swipe right, swipe up to follow. And the theme is Disney. That's what the people voted on after our 80s dance party last week. So if you're not sure what this is about, you can see them over on my YouTube channel, The Thinking Closet. Oh, I'm so glad you signed up, Liv. Thank you. Off topic, but what mailing company do you use? Right now I'm using MailChimp, and I'm actually I've been very happy with them. There's a few features that I'm actually looking into some other either supplemental, like third-party companies like Lead Pages, ConvertKit. I'm looking into other options as well, but MailChimp is great. Those of you who are especially just starting off in your blogging journey, they're free up to 2,000 subscribers, and I think it's like 12,000 emails a month. So they've been a great company, great to start out with. I found the interface really user-friendly, and I just use like my last week's newsletter as a template for my next one, so it's really easy to plug in the new content. That's what you use. Lovely. Yeah, so let me recap. I know we already recapped the first 6, but I'll quickly run through them and recap the last 6 for those of you who are just joining in. But here's my wish list, Periscope, of 12 features I would love to see going forward. So a desktop site with a profile, a unique URL, front camera start would be great, custom thumbnail that we could upload afterwards, landscape view, and it's supposedly coming, the general location instead of the precise, that would be fabulous. The option to view first names, either in addition to handles or in lieu of. More control over the comment streams, option to slow it down, less lag time between the broadcast and the comments, a clickable link in the profile or in the scope itself, Interview/split screen for collaborations would be sweet. The autosave, if that could include hearts and comments, we'd be very happy. And the option to archive replays. Thank you for those hearts. That would be, I think, a great resource for those of us who are already doing it. It just would save us a lot of time, Periscope. So thank you again, my dear friends. This was a lovely conversation. And wow, it's almost been a full hour. So this has been a great chat. I hope it sparked some ideas in your head. And those of you who maybe haven't ventured forth into trying Periscope, I really encourage you to just give it a go. Go before you're ready. And if you need a little pep talk, you can watch my first scope and my second ones, which are about that idea of going before you're ready and including your nerves, not being afraid of shaking. I'm so glad, Liv. Thank you. You all have been great to converse with. And again, the replays are over on YouTube at the Thinking Closet until Periscope lets us keep our replays. Denise, thank you for being here, my dear friend. And let me know if you're going to come to the Monday night dance party. Just write Disney in the comments so I can look out for you there. That's tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. And it's going to be a grand old time. If you even want to vote on which Disney dance songs I should include, you can tweet me at Thinking Closet, hashtag Monday Night Dance Party, and let me know what you want. There's one wild card spot that I'd be willing to swap out if you can convince me, and it's got to be a dancey song. Yay, Denise will be there. It's got to be a dancey Disney. There's a lot of Disney that's fun to sing and act out to. It's been a little more challenging to find the dancey ones. So think. Hop over onto the Twitter and tweet me at Thinking Closet. Let me know. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Woohoo! Hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy another cup of coffee. It's been some great coffee talk. Send in your hearts. Oh, I hope you can make it too. Crafty rockers with the fun facts today. Yay, Amanda! Thumbs and hearts back at you guys. This was great fun. Thank you, Kristen. Have fun with your projects today on this rainy Sunday here in Florida. It's sunny and it's raining. Typical Florida. That's actually very typical Florida in the summer. Okay. Hard to leave you all, but I must.